Good afternoon, Good Shepherd. It is Wednesday, November 11th, Veterans Day, and I'd be remiss if I didn't thank all of those of our congregation and their families who've served our country over the last many years. That would include my dad, who's no longer with us, but about whom I think every Veterans Day. Coyote's still behind me. Um, that's because I went out to walk the dog a few minutes ago and walked by, not that one, or maybe it was that one, same place, who was digging for dinner in the prairie dog town. So I thought I'd leave him up for another week. The other night, or day, I guess, I was in a meeting talking about how um, Good Shepherd was going to observe Christmas. And in the middle of that conversation, and I'll get to that in a minute, but in the middle of that conversation, I was reminded of a song from my youth, and it resonates. I love to tell the story of unseen things above, of Jesus and his glory, of Jesus and his love. I love to tell the story because I know 'tis true. It satisfies my longings as nothing else can do. I love to tell the story, 'twill be my theme in glory, to tell the old story of Jesus and his love. And the reason I thought of that is because in our conversations about what we were going to do for Easter, one of the possibilities that has a lot of excitement behind it is to put on a living nativity in our parking lot, probably back on at that wonderful bench that Matthew Allison made last year. I use that as the centerpiece for the nativity. And a couple of things about that that I want to talk about. One is we didn't see this as something just for Good Shepherd folk. Um, Not at all. We saw this as a possible gift to the community that at this time in COVID land, in this post-election kind of angst that we're still feeling, um, all of that, things disrupted, students back at remote learning. What is this Christmas going to look like? And we thought that this could be a wonderful gift to the community to allow them to drive by. We provide ways for them to get music and to see that sign of hope that is the Christ child, that unseen thing from above in Jesus's love became real. And this is a way to tell that story, a way to tell Good Shepherd's story as a place in the community where people can find hope. And we're thinking about ways of turning it into getting lights on the trees, making it colorful, giving folks an opportunity to donate to a cause, either canned goods or maybe children's books to a library, and then maybe to send them off with a candy cane from Santa, just to make this a place of beauty and peace nearing Christmas. And we're thinking about December 20th, the Sunday before, in the late afternoon, early evening. It'll be dark, or maybe even the 21st, Monday, because that will be the winter solstice, really dark. But what we are going to need to make that happen is a lot of volunteers. We are going to need a lot of volunteers. We are going to need Mary and Joseph and a baby and sheep and shepherds and wise men and donkeys, people to be all of these parts to do this. And we imagined, as we were thinking about this, that we might have 20 or 30-minute shifts so that not everybody was out for very long. And we were thinking about 2 hours. So again, we need a lot of volunteers if we want to make this happen, if we want to give this gift to the community. Over the last 2 years, um, we have gotten calls every October about the pumpkin patch. And we've talked about it as a congregation and how that was such a great community event. We have missed Music with a Mission. What a great community event. So, is this something that we as the Good Shepherd community can offer to the areas around us, whether it's Willow Creek or Hunter Ridge or any of those kinds of things, to give a little bit of joy in this season that's going to be so, so different than what we have had in the past? So, if you are interested, would like to be a volunteer in any capacity, please, please, please let me know. This will go out in the e-news tomorrow, and I'll mention it again at the service on Sunday. But we are going to have November 18th, that's a week from today, as the deadline for finding out if there is enough interest in the congregation to make this happen. If there isn't, that's fine. We've got other things in the works. But this is something that we thought of as different and something that would really be a gift to the community. So please give it some consideration. And if there's any way that you think you might be able to volunteer, please let me know. Send me an email, call me, text me, however you want to get in touch. Please, please do that so that we can tell the story. Just a couple of other things this afternoon is one, starting on the first Sunday of Advent, which will be Youth Sunday, November 29th, Youth Sunday, and they're working on it, and it's going to be great, as they always are. But starting that afternoon, we will resume offering communion. We're working out the details. I will work with with a small number of folks so that we can have a valid Eucharistic service. We are working to make it live streamed so that if somebody wants to watch it, they can do that and then come by later to drive by and pick up communion on that Sunday afternoon. And we will do that throughout Advent. And then our plans are to offer a Christmas Eucharist in a similar vein. The expectation is we will not be meeting in person again on Christmas, but we do want to make sure that for those of you and for those of the community who would like to receive communion on Christmas in a meaningful way, we will put together a way for this to happen. Again, it will look like it would be drive-by and to receive it in that way. Um, Hard times, I know. We're just having to live with this reality. It's not a reality that many of us like, but we're trying to make the best of it as we move forward. Um, Speaking again of Advent, next week I will speak more about what our plans for our Advent in terms of adult forum and other opportunities that we will have. We are working on developing, as we did in Lent and Easter, a really good web page. We'll have a lot of resources on it. I hope to have more information on that next week as well. And then I will also be sending out a separate email um, just outlining what our options will be for Advent. Since the sheepskin will come out after the first Sunday of Advent. So we want to have this out and in your hands so that you can make whatever preparations you want to make based on that before Advent starts on November 29th. I look forward to seeing you all soon. Enjoy this beautiful weather that we're having. Chilly a little bit, but the sky was blue today. And if the coyote succeeded in digging in that prairie dog's hole, I imagine he is enjoying the afternoon, whether or not the prairie dog is. Blessings all. I look forward to seeing you soon.